Question of the day, or a question I was posed with. Are there any good guys left? In my opinion, I would say yes. First, I would have to ask, what does most female, or what does whatever female consider to be a good guy? In my experience, I hear females say what's a good guy, but what they look for is different. What they try to attain is different. Not all, just what I've seen. What are you asking questions? Is it a Q&A session, and then you determine whether he's a good guy or not? There are a lot of guys out here with great potential, but they have no one standing beside them. That's something to think about. A lot of guys have great potential, but because they aren't in the position, or they're not in the light that society say they should be at a certain age, then they're looked at as either a procrastinator or not as good as they should be. You know, you could look at someone like Job, who had it all, lost it all, and gained it all again. Imagine a female coming in and meeting Job at his lowest point, had Job not been married. Can you imagine what she would think about Job in that time? I mean, he didn't have much, if anything. The only thing he did have is God. Can you imagine how, if a female came in and asked him a ton of questions and he told her about all he had and he didn't have anything to show for it at that point? What would you think about Job in the midst of having that conversation? Would you still see the core of Job because he believed in God so much that he was willing to give it all up to gain it all again? Or would you continue to look for a Boaz? That's a question you have to ask yourself. Again, I think there are great guys out there. I think there are a lot of great guys. I just think that guys are overlooked because of certain aspects that society says that you should have in order to be considered a good guy. I think the best way to assess if it's a good guy is start by assessing yourself to figure out what you consider to be a good guy, and then think about whether that is going to be something worthwhile carrying into a relationship, or trying to figure out if this guy's worth a relationship. So if you don't think he's a good guy based on a lot of materialistic things, then maybe you have a misconception of what a good guy is about. If the guy that you're looking for, the things that you're looking for in that guy to be considered a good guy are very shallow, then maybe you need to look at what you consider to be a good guy. I think it will start with the female asking herself, what are the qualities of a good guy, and then look at the actions of what she's seeking and putting out to see if what she really is looking for is a good guy. So I think that's where it starts. And once you determine what's truly a good guy, and your thoughts and what you're truly putting out is looking for a good guy, or allowing a good guy to find you, I should say, then we can have the conversation in a different aspect. But I would say look at yourself and your list of what you consider a good guy to determine whether there are any good guys left.